Beloved child of God, hear these words as they settle into the deepest part of your heart. Today I speak to you not only as one who believes in the power of prayer, but as one who understands the longing within your soul. The longing for a love that is pure, unshakable, and reflective of the heart of God. God sees your heart. He knows the dreams you dare not yet speak aloud. He knows the prayers you have whispered in secret, sometimes with tears, sometimes with hope, and often with the quiet surrender of your soul. God declares today that your future marriage will be a reflection of His goodness. This is not a promise that comes lightly. It is a divine proclamation, an assurance that the love you have been waiting for, the companionship that will complete the sacred circle of your heart, is being prepared for you. It is being shaped with patience, refined with understanding, and enveloped with grace. Your future spouse is being prepared as well, molded by the hands of God to walk beside you with faith, kindness, and humility. Consider the story of Isaac and Rebekah. Their union was not born of haste, but of divine orchestration. Abraham sent his servant to find a wife for Isaac according to God's guidance, and Rebekah's heart aligned with God's plan. They met not by coincidence, but by divine intention, and their marriage became a testament to the faithfulness of God. Like Isaac and Rebekah, your future marriage is being shaped in the unseen, in the spaces between your prayers and your faith. The God who orchestrated that sacred union is the same God working on your behalf. As you reflect on this truth, remember that every season of waiting has a purpose. Every moment you have spent yearning, hoping, and preparing has been a training ground for the love that awaits you. God is cultivating patience in your heart. He is teaching you endurance, shaping your character, and nurturing a spirit that can give and receive love fully. Your future spouse is also being molded by His hands, being refined to reflect the goodness and the heart of the Creator. Marriage is not merely a joining of two people. It is a divine covenant designed to reflect God's love to the world. In your future marriage, you will witness the beauty of sacrifice, the strength of mutual respect, and the joy of shared faith. Every act of kindness, every word of encouragement, and every moment of forgiveness will echo the heart of God. Your home will not be perfect, for perfection is not the goal, but it will be a sanctuary of peace. A place where God's goodness is visible in every interaction, every decision, and every embrace. Pray daily for your future spouse. Pray for their health, their spirit, their character, and their journey. Pray for their heart to align with God's will and for them to be ready to love with humility, patience, and generosity. In the same way, pray for your own heart. Ask God to remove any bitterness, to heal past wounds, and to prepare you to love selflessly, faithfully, and joyfully. These prayers are not empty words. They are the seeds that God uses to cultivate the garden of your future marriage. As you continue on this path, remember that God's timing is perfect. Do not rush. Do not settle for less than what He has prepared. Every season of waiting is intentional. Every delay has a purpose, and every moment of longing is shaping you into the person capable of receiving the fullness of His blessing. Trust that your marriage will be a reflection of divine goodness. It will not only bless you and your spouse, but will also serve as a light for others, showing them that God's faithfulness is real and His love is transformative. While you walk this path, I encourage you to subscribe for more messages of hope, spiritual guidance, and divine promises. Let these words guide your heart, strengthen your faith, and remind you daily of the incredible future that awaits you. Each time you listen or read these messages, allow them to sink deep into your spirit. Let them remind you that God's goodness is not only in the future but also in the present, shaping your thoughts, your actions, and your dreams. Beloved, your preparation matters. Begin now to cultivate patience, love, and understanding within yourself. Seek God daily, not only for your future spouse, but also for the wisdom to nurture your own heart. Surrender your fears, your doubts, and your insecurities into His hands. Allow Him to mold your vision of love, not according to worldly standards, but according to His perfect design. Your marriage will shine as a reflection of this divine love, demonstrating how faith, prayer, and obedience to God lead to a union that is strong, joyful, and filled with goodness. Beloved child of God, as you reflect on your future marriage, consider the depth of what it truly means to walk in love that mirrors God's own heart. Love in marriage is not simply an emotion. It is a choice, a commitment, and a reflection of the divine. Your future spouse will not be perfect, and neither will you. But God's goodness will shine in the moments where patience meets imperfection, where understanding overcomes frustration, and where forgiveness softens hurt. Think about the story of Ruth and Boaz. Ruth's faithfulness, her patience, and her unwavering trust in God prepared her for a future beyond what she could see. Boaz, guided by God, recognized Ruth's heart and her integrity. Their union was a reflection of God's goodness, a story of provision, faith, and divine orchestration. Similarly, your marriage will be a living example of how God works in unseen ways, guiding both hearts, shaping both lives, and bringing two souls together at the perfect time. Every prayer you utter, every hope you hold, and every action you take in alignment with God's will is preparing the soil of your future marriage. Pray not only for the love you seek, but also for the character and heart of your future spouse. Pray for shared vision, spiritual unity, and a love that honors God above all else. And just as importantly, pray for yourself. Ask God to prepare your heart, to cultivate patience, to nurture humility, and to fill you with grace so that when your paths finally cross, your love can flourish without obstacles. Let us speak now about preparation. For your own heart is the first home of your future marriage. Spend time in reflection. Ask yourself, am I ready to love without conditions? Am I ready to forgive as God forgives? Am I ready to prioritize faith, kindness, and understanding above pride or convenience? These questions are not meant to discourage you, but to guide you. They are the compass by which God steers your heart, shaping you into a partner who can reflect His goodness in every interaction, every conversation, and every decision in your future union. God's timing, beloved, is perfect. Do not be discouraged by delays, doubts, or seasons of loneliness. Each moment is intentional, designed to prepare you fully for the covenant that awaits. The waiting itself is a sacred process. It is in the waiting that you learn resilience. It is in the waiting that your faith deepens. And it is in the waiting that God aligns your heart with your future spouse, so that when the time comes, the union will be seamless, harmonious, and overflowing with His goodness. Imagine a home where every action, every word, every glance reflects God's love. Imagine a marriage where conflicts are met with patience, disagreements are approached with understanding, and challenges are faced together with unwavering faith. That home, that partnership, will not be born from human perfection, but from a divine alignment, a union where two imperfect hearts reflect the goodness of a perfect God. This is what awaits you. And this is why every prayer, every act of faith, and every moment of spiritual preparation matters. I encourage you to keep a journal of your hopes and prayers for your future marriage. Write down your dreams, the qualities you desire in a partner, and the ways you hope your marriage will honor God. Reflect on God's faithfulness in your life so far, remembering moments when He answered your prayers in ways you did not expect. This practice will deepen your awareness of His guidance, strengthen your faith, and prepare your heart to recognize the blessings when they arrive. Beloved, understand that God's goodness is not passive. It is active in your life right now, even in moments when it seems that love is distant or that your prayers are unanswered. Know that He is preparing a beautiful reflection of His heart through your future marriage. He is weaving patience, faith, humility, and grace into your life, shaping you into a person capable of sustaining a God-centered union. And as He works, allow yourself to embrace hope fully. Let hope be the lens through which you view the future, the compass that guides your prayers, and the light that sustains your faith. And while you meditate on these truths, remember to subscribe for more encouragement, divine promises, and reflections that guide your heart toward a God-centered life. These messages are not only reminders of faith, but also invitations to deepen your relationship with God, to align your desires with His will, and to prepare for the sacred union that awaits. Each time you listen, each time you reflect, you are nurturing the spiritual soil from which your future marriage will bloom. As we continue to expand upon this journey, understand that preparation is ongoing. It is not only about waiting, but also about growing. Growing in love, growing in faith, growing in wisdom, and growing in understanding. Your future marriage will be a reflection of this growth, a living testament to what God can do when hearts remain faithful, prayers remain consistent, and hope remains unwavering. Beloved, let us now go deeper into the promise of God for your marriage. From the beginning of creation, God established marriage as a covenant of love, peace, and joy. It was God who said, "It is not good for man to be alone. I will make him a helper suitable for him." Marriage was never man's idea. It was God's idea. That means when God plants the desire for a loving union in your heart, He is not planting it in vain. He is aligning you with His original design. Understand this truth. Marriage in God's plan is not a burden, it is a blessing. It is not meant to steal your peace, but to multiply your peace. It is not meant to take away your joy, but to overflow your joy. God does not give gifts that destroy. He gives gifts that build. And a godly marriage is one of His sweetest gifts. The promise of God for your life is that you will not walk alone. You will not remain in endless cycles of loneliness, heartbreak, or disappointment. For the Lord has said in Psalm 68, God sets the lonely in families. That means you too will be settled. You too will be planted in love. You too will know the sweetness of companionship that glorifies God. Your future marriage is not just about you. It is also about the kingdom. For through your union, peace will flow, love will shine, and the testimony of God's goodness will be revealed. People will look at your marriage and say, "Truly, this is the Lord's doing, and it is marvelous in our eyes." Think of Abraham and Sarah. For years, they waited and wondered if God's promise would come to pass. But at the appointed time, God brought laughter to their home. Think of Isaac and Rebekah, how God orchestrated their meeting at the well through divine timing. Think of Ruth and Boaz, how God turned Ruth's pain into a story of redemption, and through that union, a royal lineage was born. Each of these stories reminds us that marriage is not just about human effort, but about divine orchestration. And so, child of God, be confident. The Lord who wrote those stories is still writing stories today, and He is writing yours. The same God who aligned Ruth with Boaz is aligning you with your partner. The same God who remembered Sarah has remembered you. The same God who filled Isaac's heart with joy when he saw Rebekah will fill your heart with peace when you meet the one He has prepared for you. Do not let fear deceive you. Do not let delay discourage you. Do not let the enemy whisper lies into your ears. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are not too late. The promise of God for your marriage stands firm. Heaven and earth may pass away, but His word will never fail. And while you wait, know this: God is not just preparing a spouse for you. He is also preparing you for your spouse. He is shaping your heart, your character, and your faith. He is teaching you patience, forgiveness, and love. Because the marriage He is giving you is not ordinary. It is extraordinary. It is not built on fleshly desires. It is built on spiritual foundations. It is not driven by selfishness. It is driven by sacrificial love. This is why you cannot settle for less. This is why you cannot give up. This is why you must hold on to faith. Because what God has for you is greater than what you imagine. The promise stands. Your marriage will be joyful. Your home will be peaceful. Your love will be lasting. And as you take in these words, remember to stay close to this journey of encouragement. Do not walk away too soon, because your testimony is closer than you think. Subscribe, stay connected, and let each message build your faith until the day you see the promise fulfilled. Beloved, before every promise comes a season of preparation. Preparation is not punishment. Preparation is not delay. Preparation is alignment. When God prepares you, He is making sure that when the promise arrives, you will be ready to carry it with joy, wisdom, and endurance. Think about it. When a farmer plants a seed, he does not see the harvest immediately. There is a waiting period. During that time, the soil is being nourished, the roots are spreading deep, and unseen growth is taking place. If the farmer grows impatient and digs up the seed, he will destroy the process. But if he waits, if he waters, if he trusts the unseen work of God, the seed will sprout, and the harvest will come. Your marriage is a seed planted by God. The desire in your heart is not random. It is a seed from heaven. And though you may not yet see the fruit, the roots are growing. The soil of your life is being prepared. God is nourishing you with lessons, experiences, and divine wisdom. Every prayer you pray, every tear you shed, every hope you hold on to, it is all watering the seed. And at the right time, you will see the sprouting of a marriage filled with peace and love. The season of preparation can sometimes feel like silence. It can feel like nothing is happening. You look around and see others getting married, others celebrating, others enjoying companionship, and you wonder, Lord, when will it be my turn? But let me tell you this truth. Silence does not mean absence. Delay does not mean denial. God is not ignoring you. He is preparing you. He is protecting you from the wrong connections. He is shielding you from heartbreaks that would have crushed your soul. He is positioning you for a union that will not bring sorrow, but joy. Remember this. It is better to wait long for the right person than to rush into the arms of the wrong one. It is better to trust God's timing than to force your own. For when God brings your spouse, you will understand why you had to wait. You will look back and thank Him for every not yet, for every closed door, for every relationship that did not work out. Because if those doors had remained open, they would have stolen your peace. But God in His mercy closed them so that He could open the right one at the right time. Preparation is also about you. God is not only preparing your spouse, He is preparing you. Marriage is not a fairy tale of perfection. It is a covenant of responsibility. It requires patience, forgiveness, humility, and sacrifice. It requires maturity, not just attraction. It requires spiritual strength, not just emotional desire. That is why God sometimes stretches you in this season. He teaches you to pray deeper, to trust stronger, to forgive faster, and to love purer. Think of Esther. Before she became queen, she went through a year of preparation with oils, perfumes, and wisdom. Why? Because God was not just giving her a position, He was giving her a destiny. She needed to be prepared for the weight of her calling. Think of Joseph. Before he became ruler in Egypt, he went through years of preparation in the pit, in Potiphar's house, and in prison. Why? Because God was not just giving him authority. He was giving him responsibility to save nations. In the same way, your season of preparation is equipping you for the weight of your marriage. God is shaping your character so that when your spouse arrives, you will not sabotage the blessing. He is teaching you faith so that you can stand together in trials. He is teaching you wisdom so that you can build your home with understanding. He is teaching you love so that you can reflect Christ in your marriage. And let me tell you this, your spouse is also being prepared. Do not think they are idle while you are waiting. God is working on them too. Perhaps they are healing from past wounds. Perhaps they are learning faith. Perhaps they are being positioned in the right place at the right time. Just as you are being molded, so are they. And when the time comes, the two of you will meet, not as broken halves, but as whole souls, ready to complement each other in love. The season of preparation may test your patience, but it will also strengthen your faith. For faith is not proven when everything is immediate. Faith is proven in the waiting. Faith is proven when you cannot see the promise, yet you trust the promiser. Faith is proven when you say, "Lord, I may not see it yet, but I know you are faithful. I may not hold it yet, but I know it is coming. And while you wait, celebrate." Do not let this season be filled with sorrow and complaining. Use it as a time to grow, to learn, to serve, to shine. Build your relationship with God, strengthen your gifts, develop your purpose. Because when your marriage comes, it will not just be about love, it will be about destiny. And God wants you ready to walk in that destiny. So, child of God, do not despise the season of preparation. Embrace it, treasure it, for it is shaping you into the spouse you are meant to be, and it is positioning you for the spouse God has for you. Soon the waiting will end. Soon the silence will break. Soon the preparation will give birth to manifestation. And when that day comes, you will stand in awe and say, "Truly, the Lord has done great things for me, and I am glad." And as you continue to journey in faith, I invite you to remain part of this family of encouragement. Do not walk alone. Subscribe, stay connected, and let these words remind you daily that God is preparing something beautiful for you. Your marriage is coming. Your joy is coming. Your peace is coming. And it will be greater than you ever imagined. Beloved child of God, as you enter this final stage of reflection on your future marriage, know that what lies ahead is not simply a union of two lives, but a divine covenant, a partnership that will echo the very goodness of God in every moment. Your marriage will be a sacred reflection of His love, a living testimony that faithfulness, patience, and obedience to God can create a bond unshakable by any trial. Every thought, every prayer, and every act of faith you offer now is laying the foundation for a union that will endure all seasons. Consider the life of Isaac and Rebekah, whose union was guided meticulously by God's hand. Abraham sent his servant with clear instructions, and Rebekah's heart aligned perfectly with the divine plan. Their marriage became a reflection of God's providence, demonstrating how obedience and faith lead to blessings beyond expectation. Similarly, your marriage is being orchestrated in ways unseen. The waiting, the preparation, and even the quiet moments of longing are all shaping a bond that will reflect God's goodness fully. To walk into this marriage prepared, cultivate virtues that honor God in every dimension of your life. Practice humility in your decisions, recognizing that marriage is a partnership where love requires giving more than receiving. Foster patience, knowing that growth in love, understanding, and character is a lifelong journey. Nurture generosity, not merely in material ways, but in time, attention, and emotional support. Embrace forgiveness, allowing your heart to release past hurts and to approach your future spouse with grace and understanding. Each of these virtues will serve as pillars in the sacred structure of your marriage. Prayer is the most potent tool in preparing for a God-centered union. Begin each day by praying for your future spouse, for their protection, growth, and spiritual alignment. Ask God to prepare your heart to love selflessly, to listen patiently, and to give generously. Pray for unity, for wisdom, and for the ability to navigate challenges together with faith. Pray for joy, peace, and a home where God's presence is central. These prayers are not idle words. They are spiritual investments that strengthen the foundation of your future marriage and align your heart with God's divine plan. Reflect upon the story of Joseph and Asenath. Joseph, though tested with betrayal, imprisonment, and hardship, remained faithful to God. Asenath, chosen by divine providence, became his partner in a union that was grounded in faith, integrity, and purpose. Their story demonstrates that even when life feels uncertain, God is working behind the scenes, orchestrating every detail to bring about a marriage that mirrors His goodness. Likewise, your experiences, trials, and prayers today are all crafting a union that will reflect divine love, guidance, and grace. Visualize your future home and partnership. See a space where love is intentional, understanding is constant, and patience is a shared virtue. Imagine mornings filled with gratitude, evenings filled with peace, and moments throughout the day where laughter, encouragement, and faith bind your hearts together. These visualizations are not mere daydreams. They are spiritual alignments, acts of faith that attune your heart to God's plan. Your marriage will be a living testimony that faith, preparation, and obedience to God's guidance create enduring love and joy. Beloved, consider the story of Ruth and Boaz once more. Ruth's courage, integrity, and unwavering faithfulness met Boaz's generosity, kindness, and respect for God's principles, creating a union blessed beyond measure. Your future marriage will embody the same characteristics: respect, faithfulness, generosity, patience, and unwavering love. It will thrive not because of human perfection, but because of hearts attuned to God's goodness, ready to serve each other, and committed to walking faithfully together through life's seasons. As you continue to prepare, take note of the small, everyday actions that strengthen your heart and spirit. Serve others with humility, speak words of encouragement freely, and embrace moments of reflection and meditation. These practices train you for the patience, empathy, and generosity that will sustain your marriage. They align your character with the virtues that God values and prepare you to be the partner He intends you to be. Pray daily for alignment, not only spiritual, but emotional and mental readiness for your marriage. Ask God to help you release fear, doubt, and insecurity. Pray that your heart remains open, receptive, and loving. Pray for clarity in your desires, guidance in your actions, and discernment in your relationships. Allow these prayers to become a rhythm in your life, shaping your character and aligning your soul with the divine blueprint of your future union. Your marriage will also be a beacon to others. As your relationship reflects God's goodness, it will inspire hope, demonstrate faithfulness, and serve as a living example of divine love in action. Neighbors, friends, and future generations will witness the joy, peace, and resilience of a marriage founded on God's principles. Your union will shine as a testament to the power of prayer, the beauty of patience, and the faithfulness of a loving Creator who works all things for good. Beloved, remember that preparation is ongoing. Continue to cultivate virtues, reflect on God's guidance, and pray without ceasing. Each lesson learned, each act of patience, and each reflection strengthens the foundation of your future marriage. Every moment of obedience, every act of service, and every prayer aligns you with the goodness God intends for your union. Finally, embrace hope fully. Walk confidently, knowing that the God who has been faithful in every season of your life is orchestrating every detail of your marriage. Trust in His timing, His wisdom, and His divine plan. And now, as you take these truths into your heart, I encourage you to take action. Like this message if it has blessed you. Comment, "I welcome God's goodness in my marriage," and subscribe for more reflections, encouragement, and prayers. Let these messages continue to guide your heart, nurture your faith, and prepare your spirit to fully embrace the sacred blessing God has prepared for your future union. Step forward with faith, walk in hope, and live in love. Your future marriage is a reflection of God's goodness, and it is already being prepared with divine care, wisdom, and purpose. Trust the journey, cherish the preparation, and anticipate the joy, peace, and love that awaits. This is God's promise for your life, and it is coming to fruition in ways that will surpass all expectation.